Hi, I'm Dom Kane, and today I'm going to take a look at fxpansion's Bloom for pluginboutique.com. It's essentially a delay unit, but it's got loads of unique features packed inside, making it a really creative tool. So let's take a look and I'll show you what it can do. So this is what Bloom looks like. As you can see, it's not just any old delay unit, it's a really creative one with built-in modular systems and diffusion for reverb textures, and even some sequencing too. I'm not going to go through each intricate detail in this video, but I'll go through the basic overview and a demo right now. I've put together some simple chords in a production here, and I'm automating the filter to open up in each phrase, so it sounds like this. Now I've loaded up an instance of Bloom, and I'll play those chords and run through some of the presets of that unit. So the upper section here is where you'll find two LFO units, an envelope follower, and a sample and hold unit too. There are also 3 pages up here, as you can click on the sequences here and then control the amount of steps and what each step does. So for example, I could click on the delay tick box here in sequencer 1, and you'll see a list of delay rates down the right hand side of it. And you can then draw in the changes of rates really quickly and easily. Then the third tab has a built-in EQ, which you can also reroute over here on the right hand side to decide on whether the input or output signals get EQ'd, for example, and at what stage. Now going back to the main mod screen so you can see the LFO units. Below these are the main dials for the delay, where you can choose various different modelling types from digital bit crushers to old tape saturation, and the slew rate of how fast any changes take effect from one type to another. Then in the middle there are a few more controls to change the delay from tempo synced to milliseconds, and stereo or ping pong delay, the direction of positive or negative, and a freeze button for holding the delay at a certain point of output, which can act as essentially a beat repeater. And then a forward-reverse switch for making the delay sound like it's actually audio being reversed. Finally, at the bottom section of the unit, you can find modifiers on the left and diffusion on the right, and then some really cool additional effects in the middle like envelope shaping, frequency shifter, chorus, drive, a low-pass filter, and a high-pass filter. The last thing to mention before I go through some more sound demos is the automation. If I set the unit back to its default state via the main menu here, and then dial up the feedback and mix levels to around 50%, like this, then I should have some basic delay that sounds like this. If I then activate the frequency shifter, instead of clicking on the dial itself, I can click on the outer rim of it where the mouse pointer takes a different form like this. And then click and drag up all the way, and you'll see that the dial has been assigned to the LFO unit and is now pulsating up and down, so it sounds like this. This is now being affected by LFO1, as you can see that's highlighted here as the source, whereas if I click on the envelope follower here, then I can assign it to that too, or any of these other sources including LFO1 and 2, the envelope follower, the sample and hold, the noise, the sequencer 1, 2 or 3, and even velocity, pitch or at random. So that's an overview of the main controls. Now I'll flick through some of the different presets again so you can hear them all in action. So that's the basics of Bloom from fxpansion. It's a great little tool for producers and it's available for Mac and PC via pluginboutique.com now. Cheers. See you soon.